I'm Apoorva. I'm the founder and CEO of Bestever. So today I wanted to kind of walk you through how you can leverage Bestever to make compelling ads. But then I realized that you guys have been seeing tool after tool after tool all through the day. So I don't know how much appetite there still is to see one more tool, which is talking about how to make AI ads. But if you pay attention, I will say this is probably the best product that you will walk away from today. So that's obviously very self-serving of me, but hey, that's what I'm here for. We'll start with like a very quick show of hands. And I asked this question on my Twitter like a couple of days ago. I was asking everyone, hey, which one do you think is the one that humans had a hand in making, and which is the one that AI generated? I think the Twitter poll went like 43 or 47% of the people thought the deal ad was made by AI, and then the Bose one was made by humans. I want to see here, how many of you think the Bose ad was actually made by humans? Show of hands. Okay, about 50-ish, less than 50-ish%. I have another trick question. Of the two product photographs, which one do you think a designer went in, clicked on Photoshop, and tried to make it nice? Like, is it Poppy, or are we thinking the perfume? So how many of you think Poppy was the designer-made Photoshop job? Okay, more people. Let's see. Which one of these product photographs do you think is from the official Ralph Lauren website? The blue or the brown? Show of hands for blue. That's about 45%, it seems like. Okay, moment of truth. This is what like people on the internet thought, but moment of truth. All of these ads, everything that you saw so far, AI generated. So none of these were actually human generated ones. They were all generated on Bestever. So what's the point of that? Well, the point is that it's really hard to differentiate. It's starting to get to the point where it's starting to get hard to say what was just polished, what was generated by AI, what was the thing that a designer spent a sleepless night making versus what's the one where the AI said, okay, bada bing, bada boom, 4 versions of product photography for you, pick one, right? So we're at a point where the AI generated content is starting to look seriously good, at least as far as images go. Obviously, I'll touch upon videos a little bit very quickly, but we at Bestever, what we do is we're extremely focused on making content that actually converts. Our goal is that you want to be able to create things today to use them in a campaign tomorrow, right? We're not interested in, this fantastical, magical, mid-journey like creation, because we're very business focused and we want to be able to create value for our customers immediately. And a way to create value, at least for our customers who are using for content, is to make things that are realistic, that focuses on the brand's ethos, that focuses on their tone, their colors, their the way they present themselves. So these are sort of more the specific focus that we have at Bestever. And then the second part of it is the process of ad creation itself is a very tedious process, right? Whether you're a growth marketer or a designer, you've probably been through the process of like, okay, we're gonna create an ad, let's do some research. So you go in, competitors' ad library, Or you're looking at your own from like two months ago or 2 years ago. Oh, we worked with this person back in this year. Let's look at it, right? There's a whole process of actually doing the research. And then you go to the whiteboard and you ideate and you're like, okay, like I want to think about a few ideas and then get mad at the intern when they come up with terrible ideas. So this is a part of the ideation process. And then finally, it's the creation part, which I think the designers absolutely hate and the growth marketers absolutely hate. Because there's a point where the growth marketer or whoever is creative directing it says, make the colors pop, make it focus more on our audience. And the designer, I don't fucking know who your audience is. Like, what do you mean make the color pop? I don't understand, right? Because there's this constant dissonance between the people who run the ads and the people who make the ads. And there's not always a very clear sort of process of like, I'm creating it, I ran the ad, I understand what's working, let's go fix it, right? So this kind of dissonance exists in today's process, obviously. And then obviously, rinse, repeat, iterate, run the ad, spend some money, go back, change the budget, etc. So research, ideate, create, iterate, all of this process. If all of it were to happen in one place, what if we could do all of it in one place? This is sort of the best ever vision. So at this point is where I was going to fire up Bestever and run you through a live demo. But we all saw that live demos are a little bit tricky today given the Wi-Fi. So instead, I recorded some videos to show you. So yeah, that's the best I can do. But I will give you access to play around with it after the session, so you should be good to go. Let me pull up. I still want to try just because the team put so much effort into getting the product out there. So I will still try one demo, maybe for an image generation, because they tend to happen pretty quickly. We'll do one demo, and then if that doesn't work, we can jump into video. So let me see if I can pull that out. So, new project. Here we go. So we created one product just in case it takes too much time to make a new one today. But let's just go through the process. Let's say we want to make an ad for a product, a business. So I tend to focus a little bit too much on the product side of things, but Bestever is not just making product ads. We also make B2B ads. So it doesn't have to be one or the other. We can pick any product. Like I could literally work off of a URL. Do we have a product suggestion for which we want to maybe make an ad for today? Any? Invisalign. I heard Invisalign. Okay, I'm going to say Invisalign. All right, so we have looks interesting. So this is the website. There's a good amount of text in here to actually do some analysis. All right, let's give Bestever a chance to see what comes up. Not going to promise it's going to work, but we'll see. So we're going to try to make an ad for Invisalign. Cool. We're going to fetch some information, but as this happens, I can quickly tell you what's happening on the back end. We're taking this link, we're analyzing what this product is, and we're trying to match it against what we already know works for a product like this. We're also taking the text that's already there and using that to make ads for you. We also try to get some of the assets that you might already have on your site. But of course, we don't know which ones you want to use. Perhaps this crazy looking tooth is not something that we want to use in an ad because it looks a little grotesque. But the fun, smiling people look nice. So maybe we say, all right, these assets look good. Let's see what we can come up with these. Remember, this is a very generic, random, I give absolutely no input. I just want to see an ad, get me to an ad ASAP mode. So this may not get us the best results. Obviously, giving it a little bit more hand-holding, telling what kind of fonts, colors, the text you want to use, all that stuff. Doing more hand-holding tends to obviously have better results. But we'll see. Well, I like living on the edge. Clearly, running a startup's not enough for me, so we'll see. Here we go. So we have a few nice ads here. We say, this nice, lovely lady, Invisalign, clear aligners, smile with confidence. I like that. We also have this one, which is another smile with confidence. Get yours now. I don't know. I kind of like the vibe of this one. So I'm going to choose this one. But the truth be told, I don't know. The lady is not smiling enough for me. So maybe I want to, emphasize more on a smiling woman. So why don't we say, I picked this image. And the nice thing about Bestever is that the ad is built, each ad is broken down into a title, the image asset, call to action. So we actually break down each of these things and make the AI aware of it. So what you can do is you can keep most of your ad consistent. But I just want to change this one little thing, and you'd be able to do that, which I think is quite unique compared to a lot of AI ad creative, where you have to change the entire thing, which of course you can do that as well. But I find it interesting that you can go and change very specific things. So let's maybe say, I want a smiling lady with her teeth showing. Let's see. Let's see how that will go. So my point with this demo is to say how you can break things down into very small pieces if you want to change one specific thing. Or you could say, change the entire thing, and you'd be able to do that as well. So we'll see how this one performs. But in the meanwhile, one interesting thing to pay attention to is oftentimes when we make ads, we're not just making it for one platform. We're making it for Instagram. We're making it for, LinkedIn. So sometimes you want a square ad. Sometimes you want landscape. You want portrait. So you can sort of see here that any ad that you create, you would be able to immediately change the aspect ratio without having to do any additional work to make it work. This is one of the big problems with a lot of editing tools, is they don't have the concept of where each of these things are laid out. Where's the title? Where's the image? They're not aware, versus AI can in fact be aware of what exactly each of these elements are, and hence adjust the ad designs to meet those different platform requirements. So it's taking a little extra time. I'm feeling a little nervous, but hey, kind of worked. It did get a smiling lady. And so think about it like this. It's a great ideation process of like what would look good in an ad. And then you can do multiple of these iterations over and over and over. So I think it's just taking some time to see if it wants to change anything else. But you can do very similar things like make this ad more feminine, make it more masculine, etc. So why don't I quickly pull up a demo that does that? So let's see. How about? Let's see. I think it was in downloads. Let's see. Cool. So I have a quick demo here that I can share. Okay, well, actually this changed. So why don't I actually do a live demo of that to say, make the colors more masculine. I'm in no way, shape, or form claiming that this is what people would do, but this is just an example of how you could give very high level instructions. You're basically creative directing the ad, and you're not actually specifying what exactly needs to change, and letting the AI sort of take the wheel and say, okay, if we're making that more masculine, maybe the colors need to be a bit different, the call to action maybe needs to be different, maybe the font needs to be different, etc. So you could basically do things like that with the ad. So while that pops up, I'm gonna try to see if I can get the recorded video going so you guys don't have to sit around waiting for it to load. I think we do have it here. So here we go. I like this Ralph Lauren one. It's our engineer was making this demo last night, and he left the text in Portuguese, and he would interact with it in English for everybody to see. So we do know that a lot of people love to create social media content in different languages. So we're also able to do that, where you could say, okay, translate my entire ad into Italian, and then we would be able to do that. So as you can see here, he says, can you make it more masculine? Kind of similar to what I just said. And we'll see if I think it does, in fact. So it turned it into a less warm and a more darker vibe. I also think there was a funny one where he said, make it more intimate. And that's pretty interesting, that what the AI sort of perceived as like making an ad a little bit more intimate. Let's see. Gradient. He's again going with like more masculine, feminine sort of changes. There's also a font override, I think he tried to do. Let's see if my demo worked here. Oh, not too bad. I asked the ad to be turned into more masculine feeling, and what you can pay attention to here is not only did the font and everything change, they're all also visible. You can actually still see. It's not a dumb way to do things. It's also sort of like adapting the font to be able to be visible, for the background to make sense, and all kinds of cool stuff. So from here, I think we're kind of close to like time. So I'm going to try to wrap it up with a couple more demos of what you'd be able to do. I'd love to do everything live, but obviously it's time consuming. So one of the important pieces when we talk to our customers, the thing that they say very often is, hey, I want to be able to do a campaign. I do the thing that I was talking about, the ideation, the research, the creation, all of this stuff. I want to be able to do it seamlessly in one platform. So, all right, I think my computer is crashing at the moment. Are we actively crashing? Let me see. I'm gonna disconnect. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. I will give up at this point. I will talk through it instead and hope it comes back to life, which I don't think it is. Let's see. One last try. Turn off, turn on. Does it work? Yeah. All right. It's all good. One final thing that I will share, since my Mac, the HDMI cable, I'm sorry. I will share that in order to create campaigns, one of the really hard problems is the ideation, is generating many hooks, or being able to come up with different product photography to say what I was showing earlier, which is you can't even tell that something wasn't like a Ralph Lauren officially generated photography, or was it something that we just generated using AI. So being able to sort of ideate on all of these things at once and being able to look at it is definitely something that you would be able to do on Bestever. I will say, I'll try to bring back up my Mac in a second. I'll try to have it reboot. And what you would be able to do is create entire campaigns of ideated hooks, ideated stories, ideated product photography, and create a brief which you can share out to whoever you're trying to send the content over to and get approvals, which is a workflow that I know is very important. But the magic is you can take this workflow and immediately start working on the designs using everything that was already approved by the briefs. So if my Mac comes back up, I'll try to show it to you guys. But if it doesn't, stop by at our booth, and I'll be more than happy to do demos on a different computer that doesn't involve HDMI cables that is causing my Mac to crash constantly. But I'm so sorry. But stop by our booth. I'll try to do what I can. If you'd like to check us out, bestever.ai. If you want to create accounts today, app.bestever.ai. We have just opened up access to everybody who wants to try it out. So you should feel more than, it's easy, app.bestever.ai. So just go try it out, give me feedback. My name is Apoorva. So Apoorva at bestever.ai. If you run into issues, that is APOORVA at bestever.ai. So if you run into issues, you want to talk more, you want to learn more. If you have any problems at all, please just ping me, write me an email. I'm available not 24/7, but mostly 24/7. So happy to help with anything. And yeah, if you want to if not just using Bestever, but other tools too. We love to sort of help our clients work with other AI tools that are maybe not within our wheelhouse as well. So happy to, just get you the lay of the land, but also, play around with other tools around. So check out bestever.ai. So sorry about that, guys, about the demo.